We continue in the 30th chapter. One word in this chapter, shval, aloneness, humility. A humility, as based on the teachings of the sages, that an individual is supposed to see themselves lower than anybody and everyone else. Well, how could that work? How is it that if you are a Bainani, someone who has mastery over thought, speech, and action, could be an individual is going to see yourself more lowly than a person who is a kal shebekalim, meaning lightheaded, street corner kind of squatter who, is definitely not on the same level of divine service as the Bainani. And yet this is what it says, and as the Alter Rebbe says, it's not figure of speech. So he says, because you shouldn't judge another person until you reach their place, because it's their place that causes them, their physical place and their place in spirit, where they're at. So he continues with this idea of the place where you're at in spirit. The fierce struggle that the kal shebekalim needs to deal with, this person who is very removed from connection to God, the fierce struggle with that inner spirit that the person needs to deal with to overcome just a bit is a lot. Yet the Bainani, the struggle, also, as we all have struggle, that's where we're tested. So don't weigh yourself or don't examine yourself based on your achievement. Examine yourself based on what you've been given and how much effort you put into it. How much is the fierce battle? Is it commensurate with what the kal shebekalim needs to deal with? So in doing good, for example, in prayer with devotion, pouring out your soul, the Bainani, that they would need to pour out their soul to what's called mitzvah nefesh, sort of like wringing out your soul before God, that you are totally engaged and connected, versus the kal shebekalim, that a minimal thing for them to do in a prayer might be a great exertion, because they have to get over the intense battle that is waged by the body and the animal's soul, that impedes and doesn't allow the person with such a soul to truly be devoted. So therefore, the Bainani needs to compare that great effort, or lack thereof, exerting of the spirit